Peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angelsnupnup7. I am your soul brother, number one. I just want to let you know first about our recent technical difficulties. I believe it has something to do with my equipment, my modem or my router. This broadcast might be better because I changed the router today, but I got a notification that there's still something wrong with my modem, so we need to take care of, replace that modem. We replaced the router. We should be back in business because I'm not fully getting my full megabytes or whatever you want to call it. In fact, it interferes with my alarm system in my home. The security company was telling me that my internet is too low. So I had to go out today and try to deal with that situation. Not only for the broadcast, but I do a lot of downloading and other things. I want my full 300 or 500 MPS, whatever they call it. So it's not a government conspiracy. It's not Google. It's not you, Google. That's technical difficulties coming on my part. It's the equipment. I know my router is is really, really old. So it might be time, it's probably time to replace the router. Also, I wanted to come talk to you guys because I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. So my only friend is coming on YouTube and talking to you guys. Will you be my friend? I wish you could be. I wish you could be my neighbor. Woo! It kills me when people who think they got friends, who think they got family, and they make mockery of some of us who choose to be rolled by basically by ourselves. Well, I did. I tried to roll with people, and you see what kind of problems messing with people can cause. The greatest peace I have ever had in my life was just when I was a little boy. It was just me and my dog. And we would go out to the pond. We would go out to the river. I'd catch fish, catch frogs, and chase ducks and rabbits. I had no problems. I didn't have no problems until you start dealing with people, including family. Because even your family not right. You can come on YouTube and put on this show like you have this happy family. I very much doubt it. Especially nowadays, because people are so selfish. They don't care about others. It's all about me, what I want, what I need. They don't care about how others feel. As long as I'm comfortable, I don't care nothing about you. So for you to lie to me like you have this perfect life because you got all these people, ain't nobody having fun dealing with a lot of folks. And a lot of these murders that we see is because somebody was trying to be friends and associate with somebody. And it got them killed. Women get raped trying to have friends. I said, no, Johnny. I said, we just friends, Johnny. There's nothing spectacular. You talking to the wrong person, because I've been on this planet for 60 years. And I have examined my life and those around me. Dealing with people is problems. It's not, you get problems with money, it gets worse. But you're going to have problems just dealing with people, period. There was 13 people a few years ago that jumped on us. People we interacted with. Had I left them alone, it wouldn't have happened. Just stay over here. Say what I gotta say. Don't bother, don't mess with them at all. I didn't have that kind of problem rolling alone. People are so hateful. I'm gonna talk about the crazy house. Those of you who are not familiar with this channel, but I've been in the crazy house for 10 years. I was in a mental institution for 10 years. And people laugh. You was in the crazy house for 10 years. They make mockery. I've never experienced the insanity, the evil of people in the so-called free world. I was treated better. I was more respected. I felt more safer in the crazy house than out here. You got to watch your back out here. Somebody want to steal from you out here. They want to cheat, deceive. They will kill you quick out here. More so than in the crazy house. I was able to unite the mentally insane so that we could change things to make things better for us in that facility. I was able to unite them. Nobody was running around talking about, you can't be leader. What you talking about? Blah, blah. There was none of that. They saw that what I was offering was our best option. And I asked them, if you support me, I will make it better for us. But you got to back me up. So I put myself out there and they backed me up and we changed things. That's when our enemies decided I need to be transferred to another facility. And then when I began to do the same thing in the other facility, they sent me back. But by the time they sent me back to where I came from, it gave them enough time to destroy them and break them down and put them right back, well, almost right back where they were before we stood up for ourselves. We come into this world alone. We come into this world butt naked. How many of you came into this world wearing a diamond ring, behind the wheel of a fancy car, in a mansion? You came into this world. We came into this world alone, butt naked, with nothing. And when you was a child, you didn't care about diamond rings and swimming pools and fame and fortune. You didn't care. You just wanted to play and be happy and enjoy your life. But as we grow, the environment takes our innocence away from us and begin to condition our mind. When we were satisfied just being happy and butt naked, we were satisfied with that. As long as we had some food, shelter, we could be butt naked and happy. But as we mature and we grow into this environment, this sick environment, it tells us we need fancy cars. We need all these false ass friends. And we need to be friends with this imaginary being that we never see. It begins to clog our minds with all this unnatural thinking. And it's gone on for so long, we think that it's natural. We think it's natural for us to want to live in a big house and swimming pools and movie stars. We think that's natural. To be greedy. What you need all that house for? There's only 2 of y'all in the damn house. What you need that big swimming pool for? There's only 2 of y'all. What you need all that for? When we come into this world butt naked and we happy. Now you're not happy. I want to be a success. What is a success? Getting things. Things that don't care nothing about you. I want people to, even though they false friends, I just want to be surrounded by people. People like me. How long has Oprah Winfrey been best friends with Gayle King? Pretty long time. 30, 40 years or whatever, I don't know. Out of all those years, you would think that Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King would have a lot of girlfriends that would be just as close, and it would be a large group of them. But you don't never see that. It's always, if you can connect with somebody, it's always that one person and not this large group, because you're going to have problems in the group. Because if it's a large group, somebody in the group, why Gayle King? Why Oprah like her better than me? You're going to start having problems. Why Oprah loan her $100,000 and won't loan me? You're going to start having problems dealing with people, including your family. The best peace you ever got when you was butt naked and alone. The happiest people are those who are alone. The people with problems are those trying to blend in with this insanity. It wouldn't be so bad, but in this society, in this environment, people's minds are not stable. Because they don't do nothing wrong. It's all about them. Everybody wants attention. Look at me. So you can't sing, you can't dance, but I got a big booty, and I'm going to put this piece of plastic through my butt cheeks, and I'm going to go on Instagram and show it off. Then I can even get folks to give me money because I humiliate myself by putting a piece of string between my ass cheeks and shake it, and people will actually give me money. You're willing to humiliate and degrade yourself for attention. Then there are those who understand your sick mind, and they will become your manager. And they will pimp you out to the highest bidder. Shake that ass. Shake that thing. Go ahead, baby. Put you on a pole, swing. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I like that. They know your mind is sick. They know you want to feel good. So come to Jesus. Come to Allah. Fly to Allah. And they sell you these dreams and these hopes. And you give them your money. And some of you give them your body. This is the activity of dealing with others. But if you are alone, you don't have to worry about all that. When you're butt naked and don't have nothing, you come in here butt naked and alone. And when you die, I don't care how many people are around you, you can die with others in a plane crash. 270 people died today on Pan Am flight 880 or whatever. You died at the same time with other people, but everybody gonna die alone. Everybody gonna have their own experience. You're gonna die at the same time others did, but all of us gonna experience our own death. So it don't make no difference if you're surrounded by your loved ones. It don't make no difference if you're drunk and a car hits you and you die on the side of the road and a dog start eating on your flesh. It don't make no difference how you die. You're gonna die alone. It don't make any difference. We come into this world alone with nothing. And you're gonna die alone. And you can't, all this stuff that you're willing to lie and die for, kill others and slander and gossip over, all this nothing garbage that we fight over, you can't take none of that with you. What are they accomplishing in Israel and the Hamas war? What are they accomplishing? What is the benefit of the Ukraine-Russian war? What is the benefit? And all these people are dying. No respect for human life. And you doing it for what? Because of land. Because of this God you never see. Land that will be here when you dead and gone. Land that was here before you came into existence. That don't give a damn about you, and you willing to kill other folks. Land that is dead as far as we concerned. Because it has no conscience. It does not talk. It does not walk. It does not care whether you are living, we are living, or dead. But those who can give us comfort, another human being, we're willing to kill for gold and silver and all these material things. We put those things above human life. So I would rather be alone and away from you and away from that. Because alone means I have my peace. Dealing with you brings me hell. Because I disagree with your belief. Because I don't like broccoli and you do like broccoli. Stupid, silly stuff. Because you like a Chihuahua and I like a German Shepherd. Because I'm black and you white. You are Indian and you Chinese, fighting the most intelligent life on the planet. Silly ass life form. You deserve extinction. I'm embarrassed to be a human being because I know we can do better than this. We caught up in things. So somebody would tell me, oh, you can't talk to, where my girl at? She's on this side, where's she at? Oh, you can't talk to somebody like Terry Ellis. You're not on her level. What do you mean I'm not on her level? She breathe air. She take a dump. She urinate. She gotta eat food. And she's gonna die. What you mean I'm not on her level? Because when it's all said and done, all of us gonna be on the same level. 6 foot under the ground. On the same level. What you mean I ain't on my level? You ain't on the level of Louis Farrakhan. What you mean I'm not on the same level? This idea of being better than somebody else. I'm superior. I'm smarter. How many of you, how long have you ever come, those who have come to this platform? I've been on YouTube since 2007. You found one video where I ever said, I'm smarter, I'm wiser, I'm better than anybody. I'm divine. I'm special. You found one video. I don't do that because I already know I'm not better. Not when, now when I become better is when I become immortal. I can't die. Then maybe I'm better. But with all things, there's a bad side and a good side. Some of us are afraid to die, so you want to live forever. You want to live forever doing this. On and on, on and on. There was an excellent video. I wish I could find it. I know I copied it somewhere on one of my channels. Somebody made a wonderful video talking about what it would be like if you could live forever. and they raise certain questions. We say the reason why we want to live forever is because we fear death. We are afraid to die. So I want to live forever. But if you really think about it, maybe you don't want to do that. You 300 years old, 1,000 years old, and you doing this same life, for 1,000 years. You really want to do this for 1,000 years? Live forever? On the surface, it seems good. I need to try to find that video. I have no problem. And I am at peace. I don't know about you. There are people who lie because I already know it's impossible for you to deal with other folks because we're different. You live in a house, you like apples and other people like oranges, including your family members. When I had all those children, all my grand relatives, they stayed with me over the summer. You got to deal with different personalities. I don't like that. I want to go over here. I want to go over there. I don't like spinach. I like spinach. Different personalities that you got to mess with. How is that great? How is that good? And the dangerous thing is, if someone get angry at you, they could murder you. They could murder you because you pissed them off, they don't like you. They could murder you when they find out, damn, so-and-so got a diamond ring in the house. And you don't know it, but one of your friends is going through a crisis. And they know that you got some valuables in your house, and they will set your house up to get robbed. You got your friends who would hit on your wife. You got your friends, brother, try to mess with your daughter. And you might even know it, but you will ignore it. Giving you a little hint. Man, your daughter's sure looking, she growing up beautifully. And yeah, it sounds innocent, but he checking out your daughter. Or one of your girlfriends that's just a friend, she might be checking out your son. You might be friend to a pedophile. Or one of your friends that's a male, he might like you. You don't know that he's bisexual, he's gay. He keep giving you little hints and hope that you fall for it. This is what we have to deal with trying to interact. Or you could be a part of P. Diddy's clique. And behind closed doors, you want to get into the music business, you got to bend over a little bit. But when you're alone, just do your own thing and you're living in peace. You don't have to worry about all that. It's sad because we are social beings. But there's an old saying, I would rather be by myself than in the company of a fool. So I will come on here and talk to my audience. I will come here and talk to you because you're not a fool. But then again, as you know, in the past, there are those who have been listening to me under the sound of my voice for years. And some stranger come from nowhere, crying. Angel did this to me. Angel do that to me. And they stabbed me in my back, knowing that's not what I am. Then it took them 2 years to finally realize it was all damn lies. Do they feel stupid? No. Oh, wow. Because they enjoyed it. You enjoy others being slandered and the gossip. You enjoy that. And especially Angelsnupnup7, because you can't do nothing with the real truth that this platform brings. So the strategy is, let's find something on him personal, and let's see if we can bring him down and destroy him, humiliate and embarrass him on a personal level. Because we know we can't do nothing with the real truth. We know we can't do nothing with what he offers from what we call the RealitysTemple on Earth internet ministry. And you fail. You fail miserably. Even though it's 13, at least 13 folks. And they flagged and they slandered. And they filed false reports to Google and whatever they had to do. And we still stand. We still stand because there are people on social media, lonely as I am, because you got to be alone. It's a lonely world when you got to stand up for right. In this evil, demonic world, as religion say. You don't know who to trust. People don't have no integrity. They have poor character. Looking out for themselves. So it's a lonely world when you're out here trying to be right, live a righteous life and try to be honest. You got to watch what you say, because people feeling get hurt. And they want to murder you. They want to hurt you. They wish death on you. So you can be friends with them. Not only strangers, but in your own house. Your own family, your own flesh and blood. It could even be your own sons and daughters or your wife. This is the gamble that we take. This is the chance that we take when we interact with others. When others don't have no character. Which Dr. King talked about, the content of character. They have no integrity. So I don't mind being alone. I stay alone. It keeps me away from your crazy ass. Being alone. Sometimes it's a good thing. So if you ever find somebody like Oprah Winfrey, just one person, you're lucky to be your best friend. Because a lot of folks will sell you out for money. They will sell you out for praise. I don't mind being alone. I want to give us an update on Anthony Milan Ross. Anthony Milan Ross was the fella that was the foundation. He was the catalyst behind my being incarcerated in a mental institution for 10 years. And in Christmas time in 2018, he murdered his whole family. Anthony Milan Ross. There's really not too much to say in the update. He's supposed to be going to trial this year, but in the state of Arizona, because he will be facing the death penalty, in the state of Arizona, they got some rambling back and forth about the death penalty. So I guess his trial will be delayed because chances are they want to put the death penalty on the table for him and others facing the death penalty. Arizona's going through some kind of legal wranglings over the death penalty. Now, some of you may think, or some of you may believe, because of what Anthony Milan Ross done to me, I should be happy that he's facing the death penalty. Quite honestly, now, a few years ago, I would be very, very happy. A few years ago, I would confess, I would be happy. I'll be happy. Negro getting what he put out. I'll be happy, jumping for joy, all that kind of good stuff. Maybe a few years ago. But the reality is, it's very sad. But Anthony Milan Ross is not the only one. Anthony Milan Ross, before, somewhere in him, because I seen it, Anthony Milan Ross was a good brother. He was a talented brother. But like so many of us, Anthony Milan Ross had demons. He had certain issues. One of his issues that we probably don't think about, or they might not think about, that I knew, that I saw, one of his issues was Anthony Milan Ross was lazy. And he didn't want to work. He wanted to be like Prince. He wanted to be like Michael Jackson. He wanted to be like R. Kelly, but he didn't want to put in the work. When you look at Prince, when you look at Michael Jackson, when you look at R. Kelly or Tupac, these people put in a lot of work when it came to their artistry. You might wonder, when did they find time to do other stuff? Because when Prince transitioned, even when Michael transitioned and Tupac, they had a lot of records. They had a lot of things that they didn't finish. And Tupac, for some reason, he felt maybe he might not be here a long time. Every chance he got, he was laying down tracks. Enough for what, 4 albums or so? 4 or 5 albums? They stopped releasing them. They was releasing Tupac albums back to back after he transitioned. And they still find new recordings from Michael Jackson and Prince. Prince had a lot of work. But this man didn't want to do the work. And I was trying to encourage him. And see, the more you do something, the better you get. What they say, practice makes perfect. You got to keep working on what you love. You said that you love this. I know somebody like Kobe Bryant. Kobe said he just dribbled the basketball constantly. Brush his teeth, he dribbled the basketball. Watching TV, dribbling the basketball. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Practice, practice, practice. Practice, dribble, dribble. There's no wonder that Kobe Bryant became the basketball player that he became, because he was obsessed. Well, he loved he loved the game. Practice, practice, practice. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Anthony Milan Ross didn't want to do that. He wanted to do He wanted to do like y'all religious folks do. You don't want to work like y'all black liberation folks do. You don't want to do the work. You don't want to do the practice. Because when you're practicing, sometimes something that you do might be wrong, and you got to stop doing that and find something new to do. Do it a different way. When you know that somebody, this is the wonderful thing, what they call it in boxing, the southpaw. Most people, they're going to box or they're going to lead with always with their right. So when you go with your left, it throws people off. Because most times people go to the right. And it gets all messed up when people are what they call that word dexterous. When you can use your left and your right hand. It messes people up like that. You don't know what they're going to do. And some folks are just like that. And sometimes you just train yourself. You can go to the left. You can use your right and you can use your left. You got to do something different to throw your opponent off. But it takes practice. These sisters here in Vogue, practice, practice, practice. Sing, sing, sing. We got to do this to try to get these harmonies together. Sing, sing, sing. All the time. Listen to music. Sing, sing, sing. Harmonize, harmonize. That's what you have to do. He didn't want to do that. But he had the potential. I saw the potential in him. And he, deep down inside, he was a good person. But like we said in our earlier talk, things change. Something happens to us. Looking for an easy way out. I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing. I just pray to God. I just sell a bean pie. And heaven on earth gonna come to me. All that I have to do is believe in Umar Johnson. All that I have to do is believe in Jesus. You want the easy way out. I guess he thought that somebody just gonna see him and make him a star or something. It does happen that way. But even so, you got to do the work to put yourself out there, because nobody can discover you unless you put yourself out there. And I would try to tell him these things, but he didn't want to listen to me. And the family who knew it didn't help none. Wouldn't tell the truth. So his family are really accessories to murder, because they already knew this long time ago and didn't do nothing, wouldn't say nothing. And this is what we do. We let people move and don't say nothing. We sit back and approve when they do wrong because we like them. I don't want my mama mad at me. I don't want my dad, I don't want my sister mad at me. I don't want the principal to be mad at me. I don't want my boss at work to be mad at me. And we don't do nothing, don't say nothing. The sickness in an individual just get worse. It does not get better. And then when things go to the extreme, how do you feel? I would like to ask Anthony Miles Ross' wife and his mother and those idiots in the state of Missouri. How do you feel? This man that you protected, and you knew it, they knew it. How do you feel now that he's murdered a woman, a child, and a baby? You knew it. They go silent. Don't have nothing to say no more. No comment. For me, when I come here and bring a message to us on this platform, it's not just for out here in YouTube land. I'm talking to myself. And I'm not crazy, but I'm also answering myself. Because I have to be truthful to myself. Anthony Marlon Ross was the catalyst. He was the foundation that caused my incarceration. But the main problem was me. The main problem was me. You don't get well until you accept the reality of things. When you are in denial of things, it makes life worse. Because deep down inside, you know the truth. But truth hurts. And sometimes it's embarrassing. So we want to justify when we're wrong. We want to justify when we make a mistake. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. There's nothing wrong with being in error. There's a song. Everybody plays a fool sometime. We should not be embarrassed. We should not be feeling some kind of way because we made a mistake. As long as we live, we're going to make a mistake. We're going to make an error. There's nobody that's perfect. The ones who talk about some human is perfect don't make mistakes. That's a damn lie. You made a mistake just saying it because you got to show and prove. And you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to show no person that ever existed, even Jesus, who is a fictional character, but even he was not perfect, didn't make mistakes. The majority, all of the prophets, the messengers of Allah, of God, made mistakes. They made errors because we're human. And we have feelings and we have emotions. And we don't know how we're going to interact with whatever. We don't know until it happens. I got caught up in the hype. I was with Anthony Marlon Ross. We riding around in limousines. I was with Anthony Marlon Ross, and I met Flavor Flav, and I met Chuck D, and I met, what's his name, DJ Quick, at this club. In 1992, En Vogue came to St. Louis, and we missed, I think they was with Luther Vandross. Almost had an opportunity to meet En Vogue in 1992. Anthony Marlon Ross knew all the big shots, a lot of the major music producers in the St. Louis area. Anthony Marlon Ross had a record contract on the same label with George Clinton Funkadelic. Anthony Marlon Ross did a music video People came from California and they did a music video. So I got caught up in all the hype because I knew this could happen. But see, the difference between my hype and your hype is my hype is realistic. Ain't no God, ain't no mother plane gonna come out the sky and come save nobody. And spirits and demons, that's not gonna happen. Anthony Marlon Ross had a record contract. Anthony Marlon Ross had a guy come from California, and I saw him sign the record contract. Anthony Marlon Ross was able to hire dancers for the music video, all that. We did a tour of the St. Louis public school system. We had a lot going. The only problem with Anthony Marlon Ross, he was lazy. And Anthony Marlon Ross made a major mistake. I told him don't do that. He got angry at the record company because they didn't put out the record when they said they was gonna do. And he threatened to sue them. And they cut him off. I told him don't do it. Because they was paying him every week or every month under contract. Leave it alone. You got enough money. Just be patient. He couldn't be patient because he want to be superstar. Now you don't have nothing. Now you facing the death penalty. But I got caught up. And I got angry and upset because I saw all this potential. And I sacrificed. And I suffered. And all this just slipped away. And I got angry. It's not, when we get angry, that's one of the things that get us in trouble. Because when we get angry, when we get upset, we make stupid decisions out of emotion. So I got angry. And then he stole my material, stole my music equipment. It made things worse. But my family members, they told me, just cut your losses. They saw the type of person he was. And I saw, look, I saw it too. But I was caught up in the dream. And I had hope. Like y'all have hope in Allah. You have hope in Umar Johnson. You got hope in Allah and Farrakhan. And you got hope in Bugs Bunny. Whatever y'all have hope in. I got caught up in it. They could see what I couldn't see. Or I could see, just like you, I was in denial. I saw that this wasn't going to go nowhere. But I'm just like you. It might. I fell for the false hopes and dreams. I knew it, like you do. So I understand why you hold on to Allah. I understand why you hold on to Jesus and Pan-Africanism and all these isms and all this stuff. Why you believe me, I understand where you're coming from. Because it happened to me in the Nation of Islam. It happened to me working with this man in this music venture. I understand. That's why I'm so gun-ho to keep other people from falling in the damn ditch. I'm trying to keep you from falling there. Because the only thing you're going to get is disappointment. So of my family members, let him go. Cut your losses. Let them go. What did I do? I just get angry. And I'm just going to get mad. I know what I'm going to do. Don't, whatever you got, leave that alone. I had and this was before all this transportation stuff going on. I had a delivery service back then. Go do your delivery service. Do your delivery service, raise the money, do your own record, whatever you want to do. Leave him alone. But I got caught up. And I did become insane. Just like you. You're insane. Because you know in your heart, you know that's not working. You know it's not going nowhere. But you're going to hold on. That's what I was doing. So I'm holding on. I'm getting angry. And see, the thing about it is, you can do that. I can do that. But there's a price to pay. Some of us, we pay with our life. I'm in a situation where I could have actually paid the ultimate price. Those police officers could have killed me. The only thing you got to do is flinch. He got a gun. Pow, 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 pow. So I went into the mental institution. And actually, to be real, I deserved it. Because I was crazy. I am insane. I deserve to be in a mental institution. And that's exactly where I went. Deserved it. Because I was insane. I am mentally ill. But the difference between myself and so many of these other people, I didn't cry about it. I didn't write to my mama crying, get me out of here. I didn't go crying and whimpering to nobody. I brought this on myself. I brought it on myself, being ignorant. I brought it on myself, being stupid. I brought it on myself. 10 years is unjustified. But I brought it on myself. I put myself in a position where the enemy of the black man, the enemy of the black woman could justify. And they happy to put a black man behind bars. And I made it easy for them to do that. Like many of us do. We make it easy for them to get us. But I wasn't thinking. I was caught up in the hype. I was caught up in the stardom. I want to be a star too. I want to go out. I want to go on tour with En Vogue. I want to be a star. I want to be with Michael Jackson. I'm caught up in the hype. And then it caused me, because I wasn't thinking properly, it caused me to be put in this situation. So I paid a price. So I'm saying that to you to say this. I don't expect you to like Angelsnupnup7. I don't expect you to like this ministry called the Realities Temple on Earth. Because the Realities Temple on Earth is about keeping it real. And I cannot keep it real to you unless I first keep it real to myself. I gotta be real with me. Because for years, I'm trying to justify what I've done. For years, I'm in denial. Just like you are. I'm going to justify to continue to work with somebody that I know this ain't going nowhere. I know it ain't. But I'm caught up. I'm meeting celebrities, record contracts, pretty dancers, limousines, big shots. Big shots. We got baseball tickets to the Cardinals game. We had a lot of stuff going on. Got caught up in all that. But I still knew. But see, at least I was getting I could actually see things. Religion and spirituality and Pan-Africanism, all these isms, the stuff that they don't give you nothing. At least I went to the Cardinals baseball game. People actually bought my records. People actually went to come to see me in concert. I experienced those things. That's why I got all caught up, because I knew we could do this. You invest in Jesus, you invest in Pan-Africanism, you invest in all this stuff. It don't give you nothing. At least I was able to get a little something out of the music thing. When I was in the Nation of Islam, I got absolutely nothing. And those people who are caught up in the hype, they don't like to hear me talk about burn up bean pies and sleeping on pickle barrel. Somebody wrote on my post on Facebook, okay man, okay, you slept on a pickle barrel and they gave you burn up bean pie. Okay, so what? They don't want to hear that because they caught up in that. And you're not even getting a burn up bean pie. And they're not even giving you a pickle barrel to sleep on. You got to provide your own. They're not giving you absolutely nothing. I cannot be real to you unless I'm real to myself. And this did not happen overnight. Because for a long time, I'm in denial, like you are. I want to blame the police department. I want to blame Anthony Ross. I want to blame the squirrel climbing up the tree. I want to blame everybody except myself. Who put me in the situation? It was me. All voluntarily. There's no chains on my wrist. There's nothing on my ankles. It was all voluntary. Because I'm caught up in the false hopes, the false dreams, the fantasy world that I created in my head. The fantasy world created in my head. Ooh, I can see this. And I hear the fantasy when these people respond to me on Facebook, when they come here and talk to us. They live in a fantasy world. They live in a place that don't exist. But then I got a reality check, my friend. I got a reality check when they put them handcuffs on me. When I had to go to jail and they tell you to strip down and show your butt cheeks. And they give you a bologna sandwich and some 2% ass milk. Now the reality sets in. But there's nothing wrong. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed no more. Because it's all right to make a mistake. It's all right, y'all. It's all right to make a mistake. It's all right to be in error. The problem is, if you don't admit to your mistakes, if you don't admit to the error, and you don't learn nothing from your mistake. There was a cartoon called Family Guy. And Peter Griffin always doing something crazy. And Peter Griffin was facing a long time in jail. And he was able to get out of it. And his son, Chris, asked him, "Daddy, did you learn anything?" Peter Griffin said, "No." He learned nothing. And so the next episode, Peter's still doing crazy stuff because he don't learn nothing. Keep doing the same stuff over and over. But in a cartoon, you can't suffer. In a cartoon, you can't die. But in real life, you suffer. In real life, you die. How many people in the graveyard, in the cemetery, because they made a slight mistake, they paid with their life. And it don't make no difference whether you're rich or poor, your skin color. It don't make no difference. I believe, because I don't know, so I have to say I believe. I believe Michael Jackson died prematurely. Michael Jackson died prematurely because he wouldn't listen to those who loved him. Because Michael caught up in his own hype. Michael caught up in this environment that's parasitic to him. But Michael don't want nobody to help, just like I did. I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna do my thing, like James Brown said. So Mike, I'm gonna do my thing. I don't want to hear all that. And so now Michael is in the graveyard. Prince is in the graveyard. Whitney Houston is in the graveyard. And they rich with all these things. And they had a lot of friends. Thousands and millions of fans. It didn't stop them. Now they're in the grave. Because of a mistake. I made a video warning Beyonce about dancing around in those high heels. That was Prince's problem. And then those high heels are not natural. And they wear on your ligaments and the cartilage in your bones. That's not natural. You dancing and flying around, that's gonna get to you. It got to Prince. And he started taking drugs, now he dead. You think it's cute? There's a lot of women who ain't Beyonce, who didn't do all that dancing. They would tell you they having hip problems. But you can't tell nobody nothing. You can't tell. When people want to die, when people hard-headed, you just got to let them be. They on their way to the graveyard. When they ready to die, they just their time to die. It was not my time to die. It wasn't my time. And I learned my lesson. I'm no longer in denial. I accept my responsibility. I hold myself accountable for putting me in that situation. Even with this woman we call Pork Chop. When I began to see what she really was, before I got in too deep, even though I would have been homeless, it's better to be homeless than continue to mess around with her. But I stayed. And it didn't get better. Then years later, and even with the lady we call the doo-doo lady, I saw, but we ignore. We got to get out when the getting's good, but we don't, because we get caught up in the fantasy, we get caught up in the hype, we get caught up in this delusion that it can't be like that. They're not really like that. Just give them no. Even that woman, what's her name? That Karen S. chick. That Karen S. chick said, when a person show you who they are, you better take that to heart. Because that's what they are. So, I've learned a lot of lessons. So, you might see me make certain moves or whatever. I gotta do it. You gotta do like Barney Fife said. You gotta nip it in the bud. You gotta cut it off. Because if you don't cut it off, you're gonna feel sorry in the end. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how nice you think he is. It's not all what it seems to be. Don said, what's the name of the doo-doo lady channel? So I don't expect you to like Angelsnupnup7. Because you don't like people that keep it real. There's some men that have a problem with women because they want to sit at home and watch TV, play video games, and she go out and work, and when she come back from work, she gotta cook and clean, take care of the children, and all that type of stuff. And you ain't did a damn thing. You sitting at home. Oh, why you nagging me? It's hard out here for a black man. You know why they don't want us to work. You tripping, sister. I guess you really looking for a white man. No, the reality is your ass is lazy. She's doing nothing wrong to tell you get off your ass and go to work and help pay these bills. I don't want to hear that. Oh, what a white man. We've been dealing with that since we got off the slave plantation. They didn't want us to work. Black men found a way to work. Voluntarily and involuntarily, even after slavery. There's always a place somewhere where you can work. There was a time I picked up cans and bottles That's beneath you. I'd rather sell drugs. Well, take the chance, sell some drugs, and end up in prison the rest of your damn life. We always got to pay the piper. We always got to suffer the consequences of our actions. So be it. If you want to do that because you don't want to work at McDonald's, well, go out there. Either the police mess around, get caught up with the police, or one of those other people selling drugs will shoot your ass in the head. And whatever we do, there's consequences for our actions. In order, if we truly want liberation, it takes work. Here we are. We don't want to share a RealitysTemple video. We don't want to invite people to the channel. We don't want to do nothing. We don't want to do a damn thing. But I guess this stuff's supposed to just fall out the sky and be given to you on a plate. That's not life. So either you a liar or you lazy. One of the LL, or you a loser. Nothing's going to change unless we change it. So, brother, and then folks want me. There was a brother got angry at me because I want to use my voice. Let's start a boycott against Chinese restaurants because Chinese people don't treat black folks right. What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do? You want to use my channel, my voice, for your idea to start some kind of Chinese boycott restaurants or whatever. What you gonna do for me? And what you gonna do for your own movement? He want me to do it. But he's not gonna do nothing. Now, this the sad thing about it. It's your idea. Like people come to my channel and I give them solo spot. They don't even promote themselves. They don't do nothing for themselves. I give them solo spots on my channel. And they very little say anything about my channel, about me. Talk for hours and don't say nothing about Angelsnupnup7. Don't say nothing about like recently. When did we start promoting Soul Liberation Day? Months and months. Way back, probably at the beginning of the year. Because I felt for Soul Liberation Day, free your mind. So we've been promoting Soul Liberation Day and talking about Soul Liberation Day, I mean for, 6-7 months. So I give you a solo spot and don't say nothing about it. Don't talk about it. Talk for hours and never said, well, I'm looking forward to Soul Liberation Day. Do you know why I was the only one? Do you know why I was the only one that participated in Soul Liberation Day? It's because nobody else really was interested. That's why. I'm not going to email you. I'm not going to call you. Especially when you ask me, you want to be part of this? But then you don't do nothing to show that you're really interested. Because I don't need your ass. Soul Liberation Day is probably one of the most watched videos of the year. I don't need you. Did very well. They wasn't Don't even know the date. Well, I think it's the 8th or the 9th or the 20th or something. Don't even know the date. We've been talking about Soul Liberation Day for 7 months. What's the date? What? The dick is a reality. We put out promotional videos for months. Go look at the date of the promotional video. The dick is a reality. And I applaud their help. I applaud those brothers. They began making promotional videos months ago. But what's the date? I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real with you. I don't want to be around fake ass folks like that. But you want to use my channel to promote your garbage. It's not going to happen here no more. That's the end. So I don't expect folks to like me. Because the nonsense is over. If I can get on my case, because believe me, it took a long time for me to realize and hold myself accountable for what I've done. I'm the one that caused my problem. And I paid the price and I didn't whimper. I took my ass whooping like a man. And I stood up like a man. And I got myself out of it. You cry because somebody telling you the truth about yourself. You sit back and you cry, knowing damn well it can be easily proven that what I say, because I'm not going to bring nothing out here that I cannot prove. One of the things that hurt the demons of darkness, all them suckers, I could prove everything that I'm talking about. And if I didn't have any actual evidence, I can show you where something don't make sense. It's not logical. That's why you're not going to dare bring your ass on this channel. You're not going to dare say nothing. Because you come out here, you're going to look stupid. Because you're lazy. And you're not real. If you're not with this program for real, leave us the hell alone. Use us for your, whatever it is, the nothing that you want to do. Take your nothing ass somewhere else. You don't want to come here. They don't want to mess with the Realities Temple. Because I got to keep it real. And keeping it real hurts. Telling the truth hurts. Many of us are in denial. How can we come on here and talk about other people, what they're not doing? And you're not doing nothing yourself. I sit back in the cut and listen to folks talk about what the black man, woman not doing. And I'm looking at this person. What the hell you doing? You ain't doing nothing. And you're not helping to do what you know need to be done. You're not doing that either. Sitting in front of YouTube, eating bonbons all damn day long. That's what your ass doing. A bonbon eater. Brother Don said, it's always about blaming the black woman with these clowns. It's always blaming everybody except yourself. So I cannot get angry at Farrakhan. I cannot get angry at Umar Johnson or Sonetta or Brother Polite or Young Farrakhan. We cannot get angry at these people because that's what these folks want them to do that. They feed these men, these channels, feed the laziness, they feed the fantasy, the delusions, just like when I was doing the music business, I was getting fed. And this fantasy that I had in my head, it seemed real. You want to blame black women for what? Before you can blame black women, you got to straighten out black men first. If you straighten out the man, I can guarantee you the women, you don't have to even be bothered. They'll straighten up themselves, and you will see the children straighten up. All the people, the man is supposed to be the head of the house. The man is supposed to be the God. The man is supposed to be the warrior. But the reason why these people are not responding because they have no man. That's what we say on this channel all the time. We've never had a man. The soul brothers and sisters, the black American, we've never had a man. We've never had a real man in our life. We've had people that was called man by default. And this is what I ask you, because you damn sure wasn't a man on the slave plantation, you was a boy. So, and even in the 1960s, you still was being called boy. But even so, we know that you wasn't a boy. We know we wasn't men. So, tell me, what year did y'all become men? And what was the process that was used to cause you to become a man? Because you don't become a man simply because they freed you from the slave plantation, because you was a damn boy for 300 damn years. So how the hell can you suddenly become this great man because they let you off the slave plantation? You've been on the slave plantation for 300 years. And guess what? You've been on the slave plantation longer than you've been so-called free. So what do that tell you? When did you become men? I look out into our world, I don't see no damn men. I see a lot of brothers, we're striving, we're trying. But we have not reached manhood. Because if we truly reached manhood, you wouldn't have to worry about blaming no woman for nothing. But you gotta blame her because your ass is weak. So you gotta take the pressure off yourself. So you gonna blame the women, you gonna blame the children, you gonna blame the dog Scruffy, and of course, the ever popular, let's blame the white man. And then you know so much about what the white people doing. All the secret societies and all the plans, the genocide. You know all these things, what these white people are doing, but you can't stop nobody from doing a damn thing. If you know somebody gonna punch you with their right hand in the face, then you should know, you come up with a strategy how you gonna stop it. Because you know it's coming. So you tell me, y'all know all these, the Illuminati and all these secret societies and Planned Parenthood, you know all these things that the white folks is doing, but you can't stop nothing. You just get hit in the face. And you know it's coming. That shows you how stupid your ass is. Or the reality is, you don't know nothing. You're just talking. You don't know. You make yourself look weaker and more pathetic. A bunch of losers. So I don't expect you to like Angelsnupnup7. I gotta be real with myself. So if I can be real with myself, if I can call myself lazy, I damn sure can call you lazy. If I can call myself a coward, I can call you one. If I can be real with myself, I damn sure can be real with you. I cannot hold my tongue. I got to tell you the truth. Otherwise, we all fall in that damn ditch. And it's hard as hell to get out of that ditch. Some of you have been doing what you've been doing for years. And you're embarrassed to say that you're wrong. There's nothing wrong. That shows that you have good character. It shows that you have matured to be able to be man and woman enough to say, maybe I made a mistake, maybe I'm wrong. But no, you want to justify believing lies. You want to justify believing in fantasy and mythology. You want to justify. And you can do that. But there's a consequence. And the same mental facility that you laughed at me going to, you're going to find yourself in, if not the morgue. But I'm not like you. I never got angry. I never seen this channel before, Lunch Break Chronicles. Shout out to our Lunch Break Chronicles out there. I've never seen that channel before. Welcome to the Realities Temple on Earth. The difference between you and me, I'm not angry at none of the people that told me and tried to warn me. I'm not angry at them. I just sit back, I have to take the ass whooping. And that's what I have done. And I have accepted and hold myself accountable for my actions. I cannot blame Louis Farrakhan. But the thing about it was, I did cut my losses and I got out of there. But when it came to this music thing, I understand where your mind at, because it happened to me. With religion, the music, even with women, you get caught up in the fantasy world. There are a lot of people, you keep talking about the two-parent household. We're going to say this and we're going to get out of here because we've been talking long enough. This fantasy about the two-parent household, a lot of these marriages is fake. They're not real. As long as that man submit to that woman or that woman submit to that man, everything is fine as long as somebody boss that can boss the whole family around. Very few of these relationships is equal because that's not where your mind at. Your mind is the man is the head of the household. He's supposed to run everything. So you have a lot of women who submit to oppression. And they're not happy. Exactly, Don. And that's what I said too, Don. Don said most serial killers come from two-parent households. That's right. Explain that. And your slave masters, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, the people in this country, they come from two-parent households. So what? What else did Don say? You just keep hearing this myth that fathers will solve all the problems in the black community, but no one seems to get into most fathers are the problems they claim. Oh wow. I gotta repeat this comment. You just keep hearing this myth that fathers will solve all the problems in the black community. But no one seems to get into most fathers are the problems that they claim they're to solve. Brother Don, they don't want you on their channels. This is the only place for you talking like that. They don't want to hear that type of stuff. We live in denial. We don't. Matter of fact, you don't even really hear people talk about keeping it real. In the 60s and 70s, people used to use that slang all the time. Man, you got to keep it real. Keep it real. You hear it all the time. You don't hear folks talk like that no more because they know they're not real. So how can they keep something that they're not? I got to bring us the real truth. Belief is not truth. If you have truth, you don't need to believe. So for you to be a believer and tell me you have the truth is a lie. If you have the truth, what you believe for? There's no need to believe when you have the truth. Lunch Break Chronicles say, fake is the new real. Exactly. And I cannot be that. I'm tired of being around people, I cannot talk to them, they're gonna cry. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, these are grown-ass men. You seen them on my channel, you can't hardly talk to them. They start whining and crying. I'm gonna block you. You ain't my friend. Where my snot rag? This is the way my grandfather used to do it. One of my deacons of reality, Soul Brother 85. We had a back and forth back in the day. I said what I wanted to say. He said what he had to say. And we kept moving because we know this is the way to roll. And kept moving forward. That's a man for you. I don't like you no more. I know the RealitysTemple. That's the way we need to do. But you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. I'm going on a sabbatical. Some folks know who I'm talking about. I can't help it. That's so wimpy. That's so wimpy to me. It's so pathetic. Then we talk about how weak women are. I've never been around so many men. These are supposed to be men. They cry more than women ever do. I'm a man. You ain't no damn man. That's why I'm not going to call you one. You called a man by default. All your huffing and puffing. What we have, I'm going to say this, we need to get out of here. Look. The Black Panther Party was no joke. The Black Panther Party actually literally went to battle with the police. The brothers and sisters in Philadelphia, part of the MOVE movement, was no joke. They had to throw down with the police. Who is throwing down with the police in the last some 10 years? All this blackity black, Pan-African, I'm a soldier, I'm a god. Who been throwing down with the police? The Nation of Islam ain't throw down with no police. They on the corner selling bean pie. Ain't nobody from the Nation of Islam worried about throwing down with the police. They go out on the street, sell their newspapers and bean pies, and go home and go to church every Sunday like all the church goers do. They ain't fighting no damn police. But you running your mouth like you tough. All of this ain't nothing but church. And that's what I'm going to call it. It's all church. Pan-Africans, this modern day Pan-Africanism is nothing but church. All this comedic science, the Sonetta, everything on the Sonetta channel ain't nothing but church. He's going to go live and the people are going to go to the virtual church. It's all church. And the only thing the church, now you got to give the church the credit. Back in the day, the church was the place to be. The church was very revolutionary. The modern day church is just about looking good, materialism. That's all it is. It's materialism. Showing off what you can buy, trying to look good, and produce nothing for your community. Lunch Break Chronicle said the nation not going to bust a grape. They're not. How you going to get angry at me? It's obvious we're telling the truth. If it's anything different, bring your happy ass on here and give us a list of what you do. Until this day, ain't nobody done it. They want to over-exaggerate stuff. The Million Man March. The Million Man March was nothing but going to church. It produced nothing. That's the reality of it. It's still nothing but a church. All these anniversaries of the Million Man March, justice or else, produce nothing. They do nothing, just going to church, put on a bow tie, clap for the preacher. That's all it is. I'm sick of it. I can't do it no more. I would rather be alone, like we talked about earlier in our talk. I'd rather be alone in my house. Have nothing to do with none of y'all. If I cannot be real, I'd rather do nothing at all. That stuff is not real. I got to pretend. I'm not a pretender. I did not join Louis Farrakhan to go out on the street, sell some damn papers and bean pies all damn day long. I'm ready for action. I'm ready for the real. I wish I had known about the Black Panthers. That's where I wanted to be. I didn't want to go to church. That's all the Nation of Islam was, going to church. Exactly, Don. It's all smoke and mirrors. And you should be sick of it. Any of you are real, you should be tired of it. And slowly but surely, I'm going to stay on my post. Because I know the people are getting sick of it. Now, there are crybabies that cannot handle the truth. I'm going to unsubscribe to Angelsnupnup7. Nobody gives a damn. I guarantee you, when you leave, somebody's going to replace you. maybe 2 or 3 will replace you. Because people are getting sick of this stuff. They see that it's not getting us nowhere. So I got to stay on my post, my self-proclaimed. God did not put me here. Umar Johnson didn't put me here. The Arabs didn't put me here. I put me here because I love myself. I love the people that I come from. And you deserve an opportunity. Like somebody stood up and gave me an opportunity. The reason why I can stand, because they stood. Now they passed the baton to my hand. And whether you listen to the message or not, I really don't care. As long as you cannot say you didn't know. Oh yeah, you knew. So take your ass whooping. Don't cry when the ass whooping comes. Because I didn't cry. And I accepted death. I thought I was going to die in the crazy house. Either I was going to take my life or they was going to kill me. I accepted one or the other. Because I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life locked up in that place. Something got to give. Either I'm going to find a way to kill myself or they're going to kill me. I accepted the reality of the situation. But before it even got to that point, like they say, a revelation came. You don't have to worry about all that. It's time for you to go. And it wasn't spooky. It was the natural order of things, because I was looking out for other people and they began to look out for me, and I started getting the information that I needed to solve my own problem, because I was helping other people. I wasn't thinking about myself. I'm locked up, but maybe I can help this other person get out. And that's how the information that I needed came to me so I can get out. It wasn't spooky. We talked about on a video earlier, the day before, yesterday, I forget, I get my days out, I forgot what day it was. We was talking about the symbiotic relationship. We don't have to like nobody. But there's a benefit to our relationship. You get what you want out of it, I get what some of these marriages are symbiotic. It ain't about love. It's about benefits. It's not about love. So, unity is always better. Because in unity, what I don't have, somebody else might have. But these folks so filled with hatred, and they selfish and they're arrogant. What about Elijah Muhammad? I give Elijah Muhammad all the credit. I give Noble Drew Ali all the credit. I don't give a damn as long as the job get done. I could care less. I don't give a damn who gets the credit. I really don't. And Elijah Muhammad even said, he don't care as long as the job get done. But if you don't follow Farrakhan or some Islam stuff, you don't want nothing to do with it. But that's not what Elijah Muhammad said, as long as the job get done. And that's all we should care about. Because the bottom line is, none of the stuff that you're talking about, none of the things that we're doing don't mean a damn thing as long as we stay in the condition that we're in. It don't mean nothing. Except if you going to church. That's all it is. You're going to church. And I'm tired of going to church. So I don't expect you to like Angelsnupnup7. I don't expect you to like RealitysTemple on Earth. Because I got to keep it real. And you don't like being real. You want somebody to coddle you. You want somebody to treat you like a baby. You want somebody to tell you lies about yourself, just make you feel good. I don't do that. And I don't want you to do that with me. I come on this platform. I don't shave. I come out here raggedy. I do that on purpose. Who cares? Who cares if I'm raggedy, if I don't shave or whatever? Who gives a damn? That's the reality of it. That's how I live. That's me. Why should I be ashamed? Because if you knew me, you would see me in my raggedy pajamas. I got oil stains on my pajamas. Hair all messed, not comb. That's the way I live for real anyway. So what? That's the way I live. That's me. What's her name? Sister Alicia Keys and Sister Tyra Banks. They go on their Instagram and don't wear makeup. This is what I look like. I don't have no makeup. I believe Alicia Keys, she went on a what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, she spent some time and she did no makeup. This is me. I'm not wearing. She did the natural look, no makeup. And Tyra Banks show, this is what I look like, no makeup. This is me. This is the real. Woo! Some of these folks look horrible without makeup. I'll give you some jars. Some of these folks look bad without makeup. But I'm gonna keep it real. That's not real. Coming before the people all the time in a suit, whatever. You don't wear no suit all the time. You're not clean shaven like that all the time. Some folks might. I mean, if that's you, cool. I know I can't do it. I know I can't be clean shaven like that all the time because my face get bumped up. But that's me. So I'm gonna keep it real. I have nothing to prove. The only thing I want is to see us in a better position, and we can do it. That's why I suggest and advise, and you can challenge it. Get your top people to come here. Bring your strategy, bring your solution, bring it here, and put it up against what we call Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. And let's see which one really is better. You're not going to come here because you already know which is better. 2018 versus 1930. You out of date. Lunch Break Chronicles say, TD Jakes be cleaner than the Board of Health. Always suited down. That's not real. That's not how folks live. You don't live that way either. You at home in your raggedy pajamas, in your tore up sandals that you really like. That's not real. It's not real. But for my audience, I think you deserve to see me at my best sometime. Because you deserve it. And I want to see me at my best sometime. But I'm not going to do it all the time. I don't feel like it. He said, but TD Jakes be dirty at the same time. What's this other? Lunch Break Chronicles has a question for me. Okay. What do you think of the Nation of Islam groups that are not affiliated with Farrakhan? What do I think of Nation of Islam groups not affiliated with Farrakhan. They aren't any different. They're no different. They're living in fantasy and fiction. They live in the 1930s. They believe a biracial foreigner is God. They're not any different. Lunch Break Chronicles is on our Angelsnupnup7 channel. This broadcast is being simulcast on Angelsnupnup7 and on the RealitysTemple on Earth Internet Ministry Facebook page. And Lunch Break Chronicles is on our Angelsnupnup7 channel. But I feel as though they're better than Farrakhan. Some of them are actually practicing that teaching better than Farrakhan is doing. I will give them that credit. And many of them are really trying to stick to the original format of the Nation of Islam. Louis Farrakhan, that's a shrine for him. He barely even talk about Elijah Muhammad. He barely talk about, he can talk 5 hours and barely say Elijah Muhammad, don't say Master Farad Muhammad at all. When you teaching another man's teaching, supposed to be, you should be able to reference his teaching. Farrakhan never do that because that's not the teachings of the Nation of Islam. That's his stuff. Now, when you hear somebody like Eric Muhammad or some of these other factions, you will hear them all the time and you will see them. They quote from How to Eat to Live, Message to the Black Man, Fall of America, and so forth, the original lessons and so forth. Not the study guide that Farrakhan made up, the original teaching. And they don't say nothing about Scientology or Ron Herbert, whatever his name is. Farrakhan need Scientology to help him. And see, that's a mind game. Scientology is about brainwashing. Farrakhan know that he's not getting the followers that he used to get. So in order to get the most out of the people that he has, you use Dianetics. You get that brainwashing to try to get those people to get all the juice out the lemon, all the juice out the orange. That's why he was attracted to Dianetics. And those people, they will never rise above Farrakhan because he keeps them a student. But he's not a student like that. So if he keeps them a student, they'll never be able to rival him until he's dead. And when he's gone, he don't give a damn. But while he's alive, I'm going to keep these Negroes in check. I don't want no more Khalid Muhammads. I definitely don't need nobody like Malcolm X. It's all about Farrakhan. And they say when he died, he's not really going to die. He's going to the mother. Give him 3 years, he's going to come back. Elijah Muhammad's supposed to come back in 3 years. He ain't showed up yet. When Farrakhan died, he's supposed to show up in 3 years. Oh, wow, we believe anything. Caught up in the fantasy world. Look, I'm not making mockery because I know how you feel. Because I was caught up too. But the difference between me and you, I'm not in denial. And I accept my error. I accept my mistake. And I learn from my mistake. That's when you have a problem, when you don't learn from your mistakes. Don said, Don't forget, black people been here 76 trillion years. I mean, how do you prove that? That's just talk. Black people, first of all, black is a European. Black is a European concept. Black, African, Caucasian, Asian, all that stuff. All these, that's European classification. And the oldest, even the oldest fossil they found in Africa is not 76 trillion years old. How do you prove stuff like that? You got to take it on face value. I believe. But it's not even realistic. Even the earth, they estimate, the earth itself is only about, what, 5-6 billion years old, 7 billion at the max. So where do these black people live? On another planet? The whole thing don't make any sense. We just believe anything because it makes us feel good. And the sad thing is, lies do make us feel good. You can't sing. You know you can't sing. But if enough people get together, ooh, child, you a singer. Girl, you can sing. You know it's a lie, but you believe it and make you feel good. You can sing. And you don't want to be around people that tell you the truth. Now, you know damn well you can't sing. That's horrible. Oh, you a hater. You jealous. I'm going to be singing with Terry Ellis. And you just jealous because you won't be singing with Terry Ellis. You a hater. We don't like people to tell us the truth. We get angry because people have an opinion. You wear cologne that might smell good to you, but it stinks to me. Me personally, I really don't like colognes and perfumes. I really don't. They all smell the same to me. I don't know why people ask me, how do this smell? It all smells the same to me. A lot of it stinks to me. I just don't. People don't want to hear that. Oh, something wrong with you. But that's me. I don't like colognes. I don't like perfumes. It stinks to me. I don't really like it. I don't like that kind of stuff. So you gonna hate me and don't like me because that's what you like. If you like it, it's cool. I didn't say I hate you or don't like you because you wear perfume. I don't like all that perfume. A lot of people put on too much cologne. They put on too much. You can smell them from 50 feet away. Like, what the hell is that? Then they come around the corner. You put on too much. Lunch break said, what about the mother plane? Every time there's a so-called site. Now look, we need to get out of here too. Look, we have video cameras now. Back in the day, people used to talk about the UFO come down and took them on the UFO and they got experimented on and all. What happened to all those stories? Because the average person, even poor people, have cell phones. The government gives cell phones away. Even those immigrants coming across the border, folks have cell phones. Where are the cell phones? Where are the pictures and the videos where people are getting kidnapped by aliens in the spaceship? When they kidnapped you, turn on your cell phone. They don't know. Then when they bring you back to Earth, you can show people, look what I got. I was on the spaceship. And now you always see these little rinky-dink stuff, all these little dots and little stuff. Oh, that's the mother plane. Duh, it's called an unidentified flying object. They don't know what it is. It's unidentified, people. I remember that. I remember that. But he didn't show no evidence. He didn't show no proof. It was just talk. Yeah, a few years ago, whatever, young Pharaoh said he was kidnapped by aliens. No evidence, no proof. All these folks carry a cell phone. That's why the police catch a lot of criminals more nowadays, because they track your cell phone. And a lot of these cars have GPS. You getting tracked. Your computer got GPS. They can find you through your computer and cell phones and things. We just like to believe anything. And then when they do identify the flying object, usually it's a drone, it's some man-made experimental crap somebody doing, or whatever. Lunch Break Chronicle said, but we supposed to believe it because Master Farad Muhammad said it was true. And he don't lie. Master Farad Muhammad, he don't lie. We always love to tell these stories because they know we can't, it's impossible for you to try to disprove. Remember, not too long ago, remember, heaven was in the clouds. Remember? But then they stopped telling that lie because now we have jet planes, now we have airplanes, we have other flying objects that can go above the clouds. And all that flying, it's probably 500 airplanes in the sky right now as we speak, and ain't nobody seen heaven. So they had to stop telling that lie. Now they said heaven is way out there somewhere. And see, one day, if the humanity don't destroy itself, one day humanity gonna go be way, I guess they're gonna say, no, it's way, y'all some, we believe, we some silly folks. Woo. Even as a child, I questioned these things, but I just didn't know. As a child, but I didn't know. But now we know. Now we're here to tell you so you don't fall in that ditch. We're here to tell you so you don't have to go through and feel stupid. Because I did feel stupid. And it's embarrassing. But lesson learned. You learn a lesson and you keep rolling. But many of us, we can't handle the embarrassment. We can't handle the fact that we was wrong. I'm going to say this again before we get out of here. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. There's nothing wrong with being in error. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. We don't know. They said when you know, you do better. But we don't know. Some of these young women, they didn't know about sex. They didn't know that that activity could get them pregnant. They didn't know. But you had a baby, now you know. So you can't use that excuse for baby number 2. You really couldn't use that excuse for baby number 1 because a lot of us, we did know. You had that feeling. But we'll give you that. So now why you got baby number 2? Why you got 3, 4, 5, 6 baby daddies? Why do you have 4, 5, 6 baby mamas? Now you know. There's no excuse for that. It's too much birth control stuff out here. Talk about that was a mistake. No, you did it on purpose. You knew. Who gonna help me feed my child? The government is not responsible for feeding your child. The government is not responsible for feeding us or nobody. You decided to have a child. That's your responsibility. There was a time there was no EBT card. There was a time there was no Social Security, disability. There was none of this stuff. So what we gonna do? Now we're so damn comfortable. When the hard times come, y'all gonna suffer. Talk about what you don't eat, what you don't drink. You're gonna be eating and drinking anything you can get your hands on. We say that all the time. If the right thing happened in the world, the thing that you call Armageddon, the thing that you talk about the revelation, you don't want that no time soon. And you damn sure don't want the fall of America. I'll be glad when America fall, whatever. If America fall, that don't mean it's going to be good for you. What make you think because America fall, everything going to be beautiful for you? You live in a fantasy world. Because the next strongest people will be in a position to take over. And they might hate your ass worse. At least you know about Joe Biden. At least you know about Donald Trump. You don't know about how these people, what they gonna do. They'll treat you worse. So I wouldn't be happy the white man fall no time soon. Because it's his mercy, it's his laws that let you go to church every Sunday. It's his laws, it's mercy that let you sell bean pies on the corner. Go to your debates and your little funky marches and all the little diddly-daddly stuff that he allows you to watch YouTube in peace. And if he fall, that might not be the situation. So I wouldn't be in no hurry. Talk about, I want the white man to fall. That's the only reason why your ass is up. Because he's up. You're part of this. If this fall and you don't have a lifeboat, you don't have a life preserver, then you fall with it. You go down with this ship, dumbass. Oh no, brother. The mother plane. Okay, all right. That's it. I'm done. No, see, Jesus. Okay, I'm done. Lunch Break Chronicles say the nation will feed them babies, and Farrakhan is the torchlight for America. I saw a video where he let white folks, I think it was one of his Savior's Day. And he let these white folks come and say, Farrakhan is the Savior. We need to listen to Farrakhan. So I guess that validates Farrakhan because he got these white folks come to Savior's Day and they brag and talk about, yup, Farrakhan, if we listen to Farrakhan, he's the savior of America, whatever. And that was some years ago. How come America has not been saved? You can't even do nothing with your organization. You got lots of help. You get millions of dollars. He can't even save and do nothing for the people in his own organization. What the hell is he going to do for America? That dippity-dappity stuff. We believe anything because it sounds good. What, pray tell, did Public Enemy tell us in the 1990s? What pray tell? They said, don't Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. That's what Public Enemy told us. But they believe the hype. The people that said, don't believe the hype, they believe the hype. But this is the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. And we're going to keep it real. I have no choice. And those who support this channel and those who know how we need to roll, they even put me in check. Because sometimes I might get a little spiritual in some of the video lectures that I might talk about. But they would tell me real quick, oh, brother, you're on the line. You're starting to sound spooky. You're trying to get Casper on us. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get Casper the friendly ghost. We're not going to get spooky here. That time is over. That mindset, that thinking has done nothing for us. It's made things worse for us as individuals. It has made things worse for us as a people. Got us living in La La Land. Lunch Break Chronicles say, have you ever heard of General Yahana? That's that Hebrew Israelite brother, I believe. I've heard of him. Been on Sonetta TV. A lot of those folks been on. I know I have a relative. He's caught up in that Hebrew Israelite stuff, and he's a cult member. He can't tell them nothing. And he don't want to be friends. He don't even want to talk to nobody unless you want to listen to that Hebrew Israelite propaganda. All that stuff. The Hebrew Israelites, the Moors, Pan-Africanism, all these things, the church, Jesus Christ, whatever, all comedic science, metaphysical this, metaphysical that, the third eye, astral projection. Matter of fact, I feel like I'm finna astral project. Can't you see? I'm flying out my body. I'm gonna unsubscribe. I can see it. Oh, wow. They unsubscribed him. 1, 2, 3. Woo! It don't make no difference because they're not real. I'm tired of being around wimpy ass men, crybabies, lazy ass folks, people that can't keep it, that's not real. And I'm not going to allow nobody to be exploiting, trying to use me. I don't have time for that. It's not going to happen no more. Those days are over. Mr. Nice Guy. Ain't nobody being nice to me. Every subscriber, everything I get, I earn. And the reason why I stand is because the people clearly want me here. I don't give a damn if it's 10. They want me here, and I will be here. I will be here for them. Because we're special. We're special that we are truly awakened. And it's cool. We can be lonely. But it's always wonderful to find somebody that think like yourself. so I can come here with people who think like me. But I don't want you to worship me. I don't want you to praise me. Don't hang my ugly ass picture on your wall. I can't tell you what to do, but that's not what I'm about. I'm about just changing this condition for this people that deserve it after 300 years of hell, going on 500 years of oppression. This people deserve some peace. But if they cannot accept reality, they'll never get it. And if they don't understand that there's a price to pay to get it, they're not going to get it. Because freedom is not free. There's nobody on the planet that gained freedom without paying a price. The Honorable Malcolm X said, or gave us a choice, the ballot or the bullet. And for me, it don't make any difference. But the best way is the ballot. But you always also got to be prepared with the bullet, because somebody gonna want to stop you from getting yours. And there's no turning the other cheek. It's better to go extinct than continue to live how we're living today in this condition. This is not real, it's fake. All this black conscience don't give a damn about us. And some of them may be sincere, but they really don't know what to do, but they don't want to confess to it. They don't want to admit to it, that they really don't know what to do. Why don't you prove me wrong? Why don't you shut me up? Let's try this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Let's see. What are you afraid of? That you finally might succeed? Then you can't blame the white man no more. You can't blame the immigrants. You can't blame. You take your destiny in your own hands. And you make all these claims. You are God. And you a scholar. And you got all this going on. Well, prove it. Take control of this poverty-stricken state and make it wealthy and prosperous. Because you are God. The only thing you got to do as a God is say, let there be, and it is. Talk is cheap. Do it. You can barely pay the mortgage for the rent of your church. But you are God. A God with no power. You are king with no kingdom. You are a husband and really can't protect your wife and your children. You all depend on another man. And behind closed doors, you bend over for that man. Literally, physically. You should want better. On that note, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if there's any questions, I will entertain those questions real quick. Or if there's any comments anybody want to put, I'll put on the screen. Unfortunately, I can't put your comments. From Angelsnupnup7, I can't put your comments on the screen. And from Facebook, RealitysTemple on Earth Internet Ministry, Facebook, I cannot put your comments on the screen. But I really enjoyed our talk. Like always, I was only thinking about doing 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour at the max. It never works. It never goes that way. But I guess if the preacher can get hit with the Holy Spirit, why can't I? Because as soon as I say this, something else goes, and we go down the path. So I just roll how the Spirit want me to roll. Brother, you getting spooky. Oh, wow. Yeah, sometimes you do get a little spooky, but that's where I come from. I come from the church. I come from the Nation of Islam. I come from the same places these folk y'all come from. It just don't go away, but I do understand the difference between spooky and reality. They don't. They think spooky is real. So we do know the difference. So on that note, if nobody has no other questions or comments, we gonna get out of here. Just like our ancestor Don Cornelius used to always say as a party, we wish you love, peace, and so we are Audi 5000 until the next broadcast.
And you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
No, I don't worry. I'll tell you, I'm a man who believed that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody.